Welcome to the Winter Palace, discovered vestibule. I remember this specific location as being from, I think I've been to this exact location in a multiplayer map before. I've played the multiplayer for like half an hour so far, I think. And I think I've been to this exact location. Interesting. It makes sense they would recycle maps from the actual game world in the multiplayer. It also means they can keep making more multiplayer maps from the game world over and over again, although they do I guess they do have to be dungeons, don't they? It has to be a dungeon or a building of some kind like this one, because the open world stuff is too wide open for multiplayer. It'd get confusing and people run off separately. So we need to listen for gossip, find coins, find statuettes, and see what else we can do around here.
Take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the Council won't recognize him, he'll march against them.
Uh-oh, so if we can't get Council, if we can't get Gaspard to cooperate, he's going to take it by force, and that's not... I'm sure that'll play out great. I wouldn't be surprised if negotiations fall apart as they are wont to do, and Gaspard ends up in direct conflict with the Empress, and maybe we're even given an opportunity to choose one side or the other in the conflict, leading to the death of one leader or the other, and the other one taking the throne or keeping the throne, and thus us making our big decision of this particular story arc. Things can happen. Anyway, I think I'll avoid what's Gaspard's thing say. It'd be unwise to ignore the host of the party of this scope, especially when the host is the Empress of Orlais. Best make the Inquisition's presence known. Enter the ballroom. So I can go to the ballroom, or I can take a look around and talk to the people around and see what I can find around here. Let's talk to Colin since he's here and all dressed up in uniform and stuff.
I need to have this jacket let out a little. It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
Oh, so we just have idle conversation with him, not direct conversation as much as...
never struck me as pious. He must think he gains a military advantage with the Inquisition.
Huh. So we can't talk we can't talk to Colin directly or have a real conversation, but he's here for a reason for sure. Let's see if it gives me an opportunity to talk to this noble. Is that a chance to increase favor?
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wing is sealed.
Oh, sounds like a dropped hint that if I open up a certain door, things might pan out for me in one way or another. Taking a quick loop around. Oh,
Interesting.
chance to eavesdrop.
Good to know.
Oh, okay. 2 out of 30 scandalous secrets gained. Cool. It was whispering. I guess they didn't feel like writing a scandalous secret. Are they all going to be whispers? Ah, okay. That's moderately
Waste of
disappointing.
time.
Oh, that one's a waste of time. I didn't even get a secret that time. So I have to like awkwardly stand in positions for the opportunity to hear someone make a whispering noise, I guess. Can I open this door? It's locked.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
How dare you? I'm the Inquisitor. I've got like a sword and
Why are
stuff.
there so many elves here?
The Empress invited them. Be polite.
The elves are here because there's an entire person here to negotiate with them.
The Inquisition back for Gaspard.
Let's see, take a look around. So they think that that Gaspard brought me here to unnerve the Empress because she's the religious type, even though he isn't. A plaque here. Winter Palace, the Grand Liberty, the Grand Library of Halam Shiral. The Winter Palace's collection of books is one of the world's largest. Only the Library of the University of Orlais and the Imperial Palace of the Imperial Palace Library compare. Famed cabinet maker Gustave of Valfontaine designed and built the shelves, the finest examples of his marquetry technique still in existence. Excerpt from Architectural History of Orlais, Volume 1 by Elodie Fernau. Fernau? Yeah, Fernau-ish. Something like that. Locked from the other side. Locked from the other side. So far, my chances of exploring aren't panning out very much.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharply? With so much fighting, demand should be higher than ever.
My contact said there's a new supplier, but we can't track down who it might be.
It's Corypheus, and he's trying to end the world. That's why your lyrium trade's down. Also, those who aren't buying lyrium from Corypheus may be not so into the idea of buying it right now because of all the bad news about it ruining people. Royal Wing Key. Okay. So I basically can't do anything yet, so I clearly am meant to just go forward. So figured I'd take the moment to explore, and it did not necessarily pan out.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Adar. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
Emmett's smile. This is all for show, my dear.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Madame Vivienne, first Enchanter of the Circle of Magi, Enchanter of the Imperial Court, Mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine, the Lord Inquisitor's elven servant, Solus, Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, Commander of the Forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall, Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, Veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine, and Lady Josephine Charette Montilier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Are my party members supposed to be visible right now? I heard Vivian say something, but I don't see him around. Noteworthy, they introduced Vivian, and they introduced Solus. They didn't mention Cole, who's my other party member here, because Cole can choose whether or not to be he's noticed by people, and apparently he's going invisible this time. They also introduced Solus as my servant, which might be a little problematic.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Halam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are Mama and Papa? Are they in good health? Do they want for anything? Perfectly happy in the studio.
Can you
Mother
believe the
is the
Inquisition
same as
filled its
always.
ranks with apostates?
Meaning she's after you to do
Just
more work.
know
You always take her side. I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties. Also, do stop slouching.
Anselmo, under Gardener Valmontaigne and paramour to the Duchess.
A lot of conversations going on all at once. Interesting, you don't get to see Liliana without a hood very often. I notably jumped from 30, I think, to 40 approval, so I must have picked the right words. I was being very suave and humble. I had the opportunity to say that it was just a lovely place, but then I realized, oh, I can't do credit to it. That's a great thing to say. Like, I can't even begin to explain how incredible
Lord
this place is.
Comte de Travers and his wife, Lady Elodie, patroness of the artist Chantal Valroyot, and Sir Bastien Vauquelin, Chevalier of the Empire and paramour of the Comte.
Wait, Bastien. I guess a lot of people are probably named Sebastian. That's probably not the same guy from the second game, especially if he's a paramour. That doesn't sound so much like the same character, but it'd be interesting to see Sebastian in this game. I don't remember his last name, unfortunately. I'll have to keep an eye out for any more coins and secrets I can find.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this him?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them.
Where did you hear such nonsense?
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Of course, every word. Especially the parts where everyone was nude.
I knew it!
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of.
The dancing is so dull, your worship. But the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette.
Stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette! That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
That's perfect. I was just talking about the little arc of story we're having with Josephine, and we just so happened to meet some of her obnoxious family and get to have little background insider stories. This is actually we're getting a pretty nice progression here.
What were they doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
Stop talking about me. There's other people here. You're freaking me out. I get it. I stand out.
Was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing is atrocious.
Why would she do such a thing now?
Turns out people talk about no one but you when you're this tall. That's clearly the reason, right? A compendium of Elysian theater. The most unusual part of Elysian theater, appropriately enough, revolves around our southern neighbor's love of masks. Every actor wears a mask, and every mask follows a hierarchy of shape and colors that indicates to the audience the character's importance. Half-faced green masks indicate a leading male role, for example, while half-faced purple masks are for primary female characters. Full white masks are reserved for roles of no clear gender, such as spirits, except for demons, whose masks must always be black and red. Further complicating matters for those new to the Orlesian theater, an actor's race or sex has no bearing on the parts they can play. If a director believes that he can sell the part, men can play dowagers, women play dukes, and even an elf can play a king. Oh yes, how could that ever happen? An elven king! Once donned, the mask is understood to be absolutely them. None of the actors I spoke to could explain to me the history behind this tradition, but bristled when I suggested other nations find it strange. There is a strong bond of trust between Orlesian theater troops and their viewers. Indeed, I have rarely attended such attentive audiences than in Val Royale. It is my guess that Orlesians, surrounded as they are by masks in their daily lives, both require and fully respect a place where the objects boldly display their wearers' intentions for change. An appendix at the back of this volume lists the appearances and meanings of Orlé's theatrical masks. These connections are vital to understanding the history of its finest theater, a journey I hope you will find as rewarding as I have. From Compendium of Orlesian Theater, Volume 1, Introduction by Magister Pellinar. That would be a nice diagram to have right now, just to try to understand what's going on around me here. Anything behind here? That seems like a cool place to hide something, but I guess not. Gonna keep looking, keep an eye out. Ooh, the vestibule. Ooh, where am I now? I'm not sure where I just went.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
You think she's controlling the minds of the court? That's powerful blood magic.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Interesting, things are expanding here, so now we have to deal with an advisor that may be a problem too. Things are getting very complicated.
I had no idea.
Ta-da! 3 out of 30 secrets. So we're making progress on that front. Oh, we're right back where we started. My bad. I didn't realize where I was. When I talked to... I believe this is the front way, right? Yeah. When I talked to Gaspard over here, I thought we were going... Wait. I'm getting a little confused now. I guess maybe that's the door I went through when I met with Liliana? Right, okay. I got thrown up by this open door. I've never been here yet, have I? Have I? No. Okay, so yeah. That door's the one I went in and out of. This door I'm standing right next to is new. This was not open before. We have a trophy room. Nothing... Oh. Hey. Wow. That's the old wolf mask from, not wolf mask. That's what the werewolves looked like in the first game. Interesting. I haven't seen that model in a while. It was a weird-looking wolf. And then they all magically turned into men that were fully clothed. Locked door. I can't go into the trophy room. What's this say? Read plaque. The Valmont Emperors, Valmont Reveal, Emperor reveal, 821 to 851 blessed. Only 30 years, okay. Does he have a freaky hat on, or does he have elf ears? I'm gonna go with freaky hat or freaky hair. Weird. He's got the whole, wow, like that old horror concept, like the banshee woman who has the tall pillar of like Marge Simpson hair mixed in with the streak of white. Here's the guy that every single thing we found had people make. It was always vandalized with people making fun of this guy, like for having a horrible headache or being ashamed of something. Whispering elf.
We are not serving drinks. Order someone else.
Ooh, so where can I eavesdrop on these two? Come on. I bet that your little conversation's important. Servants. They've got to have all sorts of dirt, right? Keep an eye out for eavesdrop location. Here we go.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one off the garden. Statuette.
So now we need to go to the upper guest wing. Let's take a look around here. That's probably east room. I'll take a look down here first, but that's not where they were saying to go. Servants' quarters and grand apartments. Am I allowed to go in there? Nope, you need servants' quarters keys. This whole place could be opening up like crazy as I explore it. Oh. The Art of the Winter Palace, Triumph of the Dragon Age, commissioned by Empress Celine in honor of the Grey Warden actions at the Battle of Denerim, which ended the Fifth Blight. Oh, it's a commendment to the end of... Oh. I was kind of hoping a character model might look like my character from Dragon Age, but not so lucky. I guess they didn't import that kind of information either, because I had to manually customize Hawk. Ooh.
I should look around.
Caprice coin. There we go. Progress. Anything else around here? Nope. Is there another door? No, that's about all that's down here. Making progress, whether there's good reason to or not. Alright, let's check out the servants... Oh wait, no, I already tried to go in the servants' quarters. We'll check out this next door. Who's standing in here? Solus is here. Oh, is this where all the elves are too? Is he hanging out next to other elves?
Give the signal.
At once.
Give the signal? That sounded really ominous. Is there like a area to... oh, there's a chance where I can listen in.
Good to know.
I thought that might be more related to the signal, but I guess not. Might as well check in with Solus if I can.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Fae. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy to refill my glass.
I'll be back.
And well.
Sounds good. Solus is keeping to himself, and he's getting along great with the servants, which is good to know. He might even learn something by the end of this. It'd be cool if every single character you bring in here has a particular...
barely made it out in time.
Did he say what they were after?
Something about a well. He was almost incoherent after the...
Interesting.
Did they cut off the moment I walked in? It kind of seemed like they did. But Solus is getting along great with people, and he's keeping away from the nobles, so they aren't getting a chance to bother him yet. Another plaque. Emperor Dugachiel II, 870 to 884 blessed. Not very interesting. Just kind of a bunch of paintings and names that don't mean anything to me.
He's wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Don't mind me, I'm just kind of rubbing my body against people who I notice talking out loud.
My Lord Inquisitor! May we have a word? It is very important. The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
Oh, this is truly embarrassing. You all came here with the same dress.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Well, I mean, if you have to tell me that, I'm sure it's completely true. I shouldn't have to rely on, you know, my eyes telling me that. Surely, if you just tell me, we're fine. Okay.
What's the message?
This is so exciting!
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Can you really have a masquerade ball when everyone's already wearing masks all the time, regardless of the masquerade? But anyway, I make note of the fact that they said, "Oh, yes, this isn't a bargain," and then they of course mentioned like she's also one of the best diplomats in the world. It's like, yeah, it is a bargain. Then she's telling me she's telling me before this is over that if Gaspard's defeated, she'll help us because that gives me a clear incentive to deal with. Can I go back inside? So it just sort of opens and closes? Okay, cool. I want to take a look around in here before I leave the room. Because I could easily go on elsewhere, but I want to take a look around a little bit. There's two people to talk to right off the bat. Let's take a look.
You don't want to be here, stranger.
That's rude.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
Briala's people search the West Wing for hidden cylinder seal, so we're definitely expanding the list of things we need to try to find to make good on all the things I'm eavesdropping on. I wish this game had a little bit more dramatic lighting all over the place. There's like the very occasional torch, but half the time when I'm talking to people, we're just sort of black shadows, which is not ideal, especially from a video production standpoint.
Inquisitor Adar, how delightful. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh, yes! This is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
It's hard to think of these people as anything other than like these strange alien creatures when they're all wearing their freaky masks all the time. It's difficult to feel like they're old people. Actually, I like the masks of those three people that talked to us at least, because at least they only had like tiny eye masks and most of their face was exposed and they were easier to address and relate to than these weird cyborg people who have like completely covered faces. I wonder if they even animated their talking behind there.
What Gaspard said to Duke Germain.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic. What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the Council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually, along with their vassals.
Court approval plus 15 just for talk. Oh, minus 15. Jesus. You just lost court approval, which is usually the result of being too direct or blunt with your actions. If the court approval falls too low, you'll be evicted from the ball.
What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
Okay. So apparently the proper thing was to just call that one guy a jerk, I guess. Or maybe even just abort the conversation altogether. That was a very abrupt change in court approval very soon. Can I talk to this guard?
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Really, the thing completely covered in piles of wood and that isn't even a door anymore. That's closed. I would have never figured that on my own. What's on this balcony out here? I may not be acting as best as I could right now. Oh, cylinder steel.
Well, well. What's this?
Halam Shiral investigation. Clues. Clara, kitchen staff, entered servant's wing by main stair 130. Vernon, undergardener, entered servant's wing from hall 245. Sophie, chambermaid, entered servant's wing from hall 322. Marius, footman, entered servant's wing by main stair 345. Briella, we need immediate support down there. Something's gone wrong. So people keep walking into this servant's wing over and over and over again. Notably, there's no note of anyone coming out, but I wonder if just the simple fact that they've been listed as going in is the whole point. Can I find anything out here, or even walk into these bushes, or am I trapped? I think there's an invisible wall here. Okay. Or just a visible wall, the visible wall being fucking plants. Can I hop through this window? Yay! It's the small things in life. So happy. So exciting. Okay. Anything to do around here?
I'm not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Okay. Are they just gonna stand there and not talk to each other all day? Weird decision making. Hope they enjoy themselves. So I need to look for chances to increase my court approval, since apparently I'm an idiot that does all this wrong. I need to search the upper rooms and the upper guest wing. I'll do that later. For now, I want to keep checking new areas. Granted, by checking new areas, I've already successfully found one of the things I was looking for anyway, so let's just see if I can accidentally find things. It is funny that this is more distinctly French than Assassin's Creed Unity, a game that actually takes place in France. That game felt British as fuck, mainly because everyone has British accents, and clearly is not French, so that was awkward. Oh, just whispering? Nothing noteworthy this time.
Just gossip.
Oh, not even a point. I didn't even make a point of progress in the quest, let alone get an actual conversation out of it. Oh, what's this? I can toss coins here. Okay. So let's get started on that, I guess. Yay! I tossed a coin. Now people like me one more. That's gonna totally make up for the part where people hate me. Oh, I just walked into the fountain. I was inside of the fountain for a second there. Do I lose court approval for running around like a jackass inside the fountain? How about that, huh? Come on. Hey guys. This isn't weird, right? So I can highlight this gate over here. Does that mean I can go out of it? I can climb it? That seems like it would make me lose court approval for sure, wouldn't it?
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valroyo.
Climbing up the grapevine seems like inappropriate actions. Although...
Je suis l'élu, j'ai traversé l'inconnu. Je suis l'élu et j'ai survécu.
So it looks like we're getting Orlesian songs now, possibly in French, maybe? And looking at her appearance, I think that might be the same player from the Inquisition, maybe. So she seems to be distracting people, whether intentionally or not.
Did you need something?
Okay. I don't want to talk to you anyway. Fine. We have a door over here that takes me somewhere. Oh, there's an eavesdrop location.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Get a little blood on the tires. I'm sorry. So we have 6 out of 30 scandals. At least that's something I'm taking progress. Ooh, Dragonling scales. That's actually a really good upgrade item. Or crafting item anyway. I might be able to open this door. Needs more hollow statues. Looks like I need 3 for this one. How many statues are there overall is what I'm starting to wonder. Although I haven't found really any of them so far. Lamb's wool. Let's see here. What direction is everyone facing? They're all looking at... Looks like everyone's pretty much looking at in the direction of the player. So I might be able to sneak up here without much notice. No one noticed that I'm being a freak right now. Also, no one noticed there's a freaky Tron grid over my face. Alright, now I'm up here. Have I been here before? Court approval. Exploring the off-limit spaces of the palace can yield rewards, but take care not to be gone too long. When you're absent from the party, people notice and your court approval will drop. Jesus, so it's going to go down over time just for me being here. Alright, let's search the Grand Library as quickly as possible. What's it say? Examine inscription. It gave me... Oh, these are giving me some kind of codex entries.
I need to get back before I'm missed.
What did I just find? Did something just open? I think this door just opened. Things are getting weird. The arrow of time flies in only one direction. Its path lights our way forward. So every moment I spend here, I'm losing court influence. That's frustrating because I want to find things. Hellam Chiral investigation clues: grandchildren of Emperor Judakiel Vermont the First and Duchess Catherine of Habsburg by Emperor Duchiel II. And okay, so this is not going to be important information for me because I'm not going to be able to comprehend that anyway. But let's see, crowns. Talking about people's crowns. This is not necessarily information that I can make use of. Might be useful for a quest, but not for my brain. I have to be a rogue to open that door, so that's not good for me. Court approval's dropping by the second. Wow, it goes down fast. Like, the moment you're not there, they freak out. What kind of stuff can I find around here? Gotta search fast. Oh, what's that? Scandalous bribe. Scandalous bribe, gimme. There we go, I can use that. I'm gonna have to work fast if I'm gonna make sense of all this. Coal is up here.
The faces talk even when they aren't moving. Silk on satin on skin, always wanting, chaste but chaste, too many.
Are you alright, Cole? You seem distracted. More than usual.
They have faces inside their faces, lying with a layer that tells the truth. I don't know how to help them.
Have you observed anything happening yet?
Cullen is afraid. They're hunting him, following fear. He shouldn't be here.
What are you doing, Cole?
A fallen fan can cut like a kiss. Hot breath from the wrong boy on the naked nape of the neck. I helped until they made me stop. Now they've all forgotten.
Stay out of trouble, Cole.
Socks get wet when the tide rises.
Ah. So he's saying, I'm saying stay out of trouble, but he's saying he can't stay out of trouble if trouble comes knocking, basically, is what he's getting at there. I enjoy the writing of Cole. It's very interesting trying to interpret it. And Court. Jesus Christ, my approval rating's going down. I have to go back outside before this goes badly for me. Yukung. That didn't seem physically possible, but okay. Alright, court approval is at 23. So, there's definitely some cool... Oh, that's freaky looking every time I search that and it all lights up.
Have you heard from your
There's definitely stuff to try to investigate out there, but it's difficult because that court approval drops quickly. Hollow statuettes. Didn't make progress in that front, specifically.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight.
Let's see. Oh. Maybe I can make some luck, have some luck if I approach, who's over here? Oh, that's Solus's, mark. Okay. I should probably make contact with Liliana and see what progress we can make there. Since, obviously Liliana, can make use of the scandals I'm collecting. Maybe that'll help with approval if certain people get exposed. I don't know. Oh, really? Just whispers? I thought it was gonna be eavesdropping on people out here. If I talk to one of these people here, I might be able to be subtle about getting court approval, and that might give me more opportunity to take a look around again. What does this say? A compendium of Orlesian theater. A tent. King Drakan turns his crown in his hands. Enter his trusted cousin, Captain Ashan. Captain Ashan. Hail, your majesty. The armies wait on you. What of the enemy? The blighted ones mass on the hill, in larger numbers than we've ever seen. We are outmatched in this field. Andraste armed us with faith. Our allies are weak from Cumberland. We are allied by the Maker's word. I do not doubt. Yet your brow is vexed. Drakan throws down his crown. Pride killed our prophet. Her sacred words are all we've left. If victories spurn us, who will carry them forward? Who will bear the chant of light? Cousin, the army awaits. Maker, for a soul fit to lead them. From the Sword of Dracon, an examination of the life and history of the Father of Orlais by Marquis Priet. It's little wonder King Dracon's life is one of the more popular tales of Orlais. After founding both Orlais and the Chantry, the charismatic young noble battled the second blight for the rest of his reign. Freyet's plays are notable for being the first to portray Orlais' founder as a man beset by doubts, as are we all, instead of an idealized cipher. A few Grand Clerics attempted to ban the play, saying it criticized the current state of the Chantry, but the Sword of Drakan proved too popular among the masses and the nobility to remain a staple of Orlesian theater to this day. From a Compendium of Orlesian Theater, Volume 2, Classics of the Storm Age by Magister Pelinar. We actually got a nice little play there, which is nice. And that's always the most interesting biopics in real life, too. The books and movies you get are always much more interesting when they actually talk about the complexity of a character. Alright, here's Duke Jaimane of the Council. If I'm lucky, maybe I can try to win some some favor here.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Another time, my lord.
Did I fuck up? Hey, my court approval actually went up. Is it just for talking to him in general? Do they just appreciate conversation? Is that what happened here? At least I didn't fuck it up this time. Does this thing say anything? Read plaque. There's so much reading to do here. The Art of Winter Palace. Cordelius Drakan, painted 127, Divine by Amelia de Vervaux. Emperor Cordelius Drakan the Great, carved by Juliet. Okay, this is... I don't give a fuck. It's just people's names. And to be immediately forgotten the moment you're done. What is that? Oh, that's the same vassal again, isn't it?
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Alright, just saying hi to people, I guess. Search the rooms in the upper guest wing. This is definitely something I want to do. There's not much else to do around here, necessarily. Let's see, there's a whispering elf over here. That's definitely something to investigate.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Oh, well, that's just flat out rude. I thought you were supposed to be servants. I don't think you're allowed to talk to people like that, are you? Mafrat to the Betrayer, carved by some asshole. It's just general carving things. So I don't have access to the trophy room. What do I have access to? Let's see. I wish I could zoom out better. This is a little bit of an awkward map. Liliana. Let's mark Liliana and turn in some of our scandals we've collected to see if that helps out a bit. Also, haven't finished exploring the Grand Ballroom yet, I don't think. Alright, we're back in the Grand Ballroom. Let's see if I can proceed without screwing up any more while I'm here.
Lady Fifi and Lady Babette de Lancey, daughters of the Comte de Lancey.
And here we are.
You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
I've always wondered, what's the Orlesian fascination with masks?
We all wear masks, my dear, not just the people in Orlais. Who you are as a son, a lover, a friend, is not the same man who speaks for Andraste and leads the Inquisition. Orlesians codify this truth, make it visible. By giving each of these selves its own separate face, they believe they can be their truest selves, unmasked.
Anything happening I should know?
Cole is behaving even more oddly than usual. Someone should keep an eye on him.
It seems like you enjoy this, Vivienne.
This is the game, Inquisitor. Of course I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'd be dead by now.
Any words of wisdom for navigating the ballroom?
Speak to the Council of Heralds. 6 of them are here tonight. The 7th member of the Council is indisposed. His absence will complicate the negotiations. The Council are the highest-ranking players of the game. They see everything. They might know something we can use.
Tell me, Vivienne, where do you want the crown to fall?
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celine.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
It is nice seeing where everyone ends up in the party out of all the people you bring along. It'd be kind of nice to just be able to just bring absolutely everyone. Like, choose 3 people for the, maybe being able to choose 3 people for your party in the case of combat, but toggle everyone that you ever have access to as being on or off, depending on whether or not you want to see them there. Like, maybe you could even make political decisions like, oh, what if bringing Blackwall along is like a curiosity and a sense of nobility and grandeur that people might have because he's like someone from the Grey Wardens and has some significance of some kind, but maybe like bringing Iron Bull along would actually decrease court approval. Like, there might be certain decisions that it would have been nice to make if you could toggle everyone on and off individually just for being in the environment itself.
Laurent was the love of my life. You remember my husband? Poor darling. Killed in a war with Ferelden. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Okay, bye forever. So I guess the complication there is that they said there's 7 council members and 6 of them are here, which means if they're going to vote on anything, that there's going to be a tie, which could be problematic. Let's check in with Liliana with our scandals.
With me, Commander. You cannot stand about all evening.
I'm afraid not. Thank you.
Look at Lady Cambien's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds, and those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambien's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambien acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps?
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the great game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Orlais. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this,
and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Have you seen anything interesting?
Oh yes. Halamshiral is lousy with scandals and scheming. But no sign of our Tevinter infiltrator, I'm afraid.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
That shoe conversation was a nice little reference. Oh wow, 44 court approval. So yes, scandals and such do give us a court approval and give you more chance to potentially explore the outside areas. Good to know. The little shoes reference there was from the very first game. Liliana can actually have quite a few conversations, I think, about shoes if you stick it out.
How the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
Interesting. Was this place under attack directly? If so, how is that not common knowledge? If it happened, I don't know why it would be simply a rumor.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
You have any advice?
Orlesian's social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. And other people. Not you.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Interesting. So if you're here normally and you talk to Cullen, you'd think, oh, that's weird. Cullen's like oddly popular. I wonder what that happened. Maybe it's just his dashing good looks or something. But because I found Cole up somewhere in a balcony somewhere, don't remember, I'm a little lost right now. He came with the context like, oh, Cullen's afraid. They're homing in on his fear. They're being predators. And that he shouldn't be here. So like, it's actually it flips the meaning. It seems like a good, potentially good thing on face value, but if you have Cole around to expand upon it, you realize that things may be worse after all. I'll admit that I'm pretty overwhelmed right now with so many names and locations and places to go that I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but I'm trying very hard to bring up the facade of having some idea that I know what I'm doing, which kind of is a nice role-playing opportunity, to be honest, because that means that Vasti himself, and it makes sense as a Qunari mercenary, that he would be out of his depth here anyway, so I'm sort of stumbling through this and trying to just make up for appearances, both in real life and for my character, so the double meaning works well here.
Is it true the Inquisitor was headed out of the Fade by Andraste?
That subtitle did not match that dialogue, but I guess it might have been two different conversations. Those are the three people. I think those are the three people who addressed me. We have a balcony out here. Is it okay to go here? Looks like it. I'll keep a quick look around to see if there's any potential. Maybe we'll find a statuette or a surprise. Nope, nothing around here. Just these guys that look very much like a cross. These guys look like a cross between Velstadt and Ornstein from Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, because he's got the golden armor and the red furl of stuff, the red plume coming out of the crown that looks very much like Ornstein from Dark Souls 1, but then there's also the very arrowhead-shaped helmet that's got the weird curve to it that looks just like Velstadt and Garl Vinland from Dark Souls. If you haven't watched those, by the way, you should. Dark Souls and stuff like that is kind of the backbone of my channel until I started Dragon Age. It was like the main thing I had, so you should get familiar with that stuff if you're going to be here around for a while. A lot of backlog to get through, though. Granted, some of you are probably overwhelmed just trying to keep up with this series, because I've been putting out so much of it. Keeping a look around, trying to find secrets around. It's going to be... So we've done the full loop here now. So now it's all about trying to find entrances to areas I've never covered yet. And I don't necessarily know where I'm going to go from here. But we do have more... Okay, scandals delivered. Can't talk to that person. That door's closed. I'm definitely gonna have to do some exploring at this point. I found all 3 party members and talked to all 3 of my advisors. By the way,
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
by the way, completely unsurprising that my military advisor would support the more military-minded of the 2 people that we can potentially choose between here. Can I open this door?
True, the Inquisitor was headed out of the Fade by Andraste.
It's funny, there's so many unique pieces of dialogue to listen to here, but the one that's repeating over and over again is the one about, is it true he was let out of the Fade by Andraste? Anyway, I've been at it for a little while, so I'm going to take a break. Thanks for watching, guys, like always, and I'll see you next time, and hopefully I'll have a good idea of where I'm going to try to go next. Obviously, I'm going to want to explore, where is it? Stone Hollow, coins found, secrets gathered. What happened to... Weird, where is my listening closely quest? Is that in here? Oh wow, this is very... Let's see, so I'm going to want to investigate the servants' quarters and explore the Great Library. We have quarter approval of 44, so I'm probably going to want to head back out to that garden-type area and go climbing up walls to out-of-bounds areas to see if I can do a better job at finding more secrets in what time I have. I'll have to move fast to keep my court of approval from falling, but we're probably going to do that next time. So thanks for watching, guys. I need to take a break because it's late and people need to sleep. So thanks for watching, and I'm going... I always do this. I get caught in an infinite loop where I'm like, thanks for watching, see you guys next time, thanks for watching, see you guys next time, gotta take a break, thanks for watching, see you guys next time. I might have a disorder. But anyway, let's get going.